Hello, this is wmpyr. For today's lesson, I'm going to be showing you a very common technique, and we're going to evolve it and make it a little bit more interesting, a little bit less common. So, first off, we're going to go ahead and start with the X strike, which is you're just coming down, down diagonal, down diagonal. So, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, right? Super, super common move. Okay, so right now what's going on is you've got to make sure that you do your follow through properly. So when I do this downwards diagonal, I'm going to go all the way. So it takes me back up here, ready for number 2. So when I do number 2, boom, and it takes me all the way up here, ready for number 1. So that's how I can create this continuous motion right here. 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, right? So this is a very good and basic movement that Kali, Eskrima artists, you're going to learn it fairly early on, but even if you're advanced, you're going to keep using it. That's how good this move is. So what we're going to do now is we're going to evolve it, and that's 2 beats. We're going 1, 2, okay? 1, 2, 1, 2, 2 beats. We're going to add a half beat. So when we add the half beat, it goes 1, bam, there's your half beat, and then 2. So 1, and then there's my, it's a fan motion, that's my extra hit, and then I do number 2. So 1, fan motion, then 2. 1, fan motion, then number 2. 1, fan motion, 2. So 1, and it takes me immediately to the fan motion, and I park. I actually park back, and I'm good for number 2 now. Boom. And that sets me up for number 1. So I do my number 1, fan motion, boom, number 2. 1, fan motion, number 2. At this angle right here, number 1, fan motion, 2. 1, fan, number 2. 1, fan, 2. Okay? So now we're going to add the half beat to the other side. Okay? So when we do that, number 1's going to become normal again. So we just do number 1, and then when we do number 2, fan motion this way, okay? And that takes us back to number 1, which is plain normal. When we do number 2, boom. The motion of number 2 continues on into fan motion this way. Because remember, the fan is, it has both sides. You could go this way, boom, and you could also go this way. Boom, this way. So that's what we're doing here. So number 1 goes by, and then number 2 into this fan motion right here. Boom, this strike. So let me do it at this angle so maybe you guys can see better. So we're going to go ahead, do your number 1, and then when we go to number 2 goes straight into the fan motion right here, and you can see it strikes out. It's actually going to strike my opponent, bam, right there. And then I recover, and that takes me back to finishing this motion right here, okay? And that takes me back to, that was my number 1, takes me back to number 2, boom, and then back to 1, 2, half beat, 2, right here. I mean, sorry, that's my number 1, and then number 2, half beat, 1, 2, half beat, 1, 2, half beat, 1, 2, bam, right there. Okay, so that's it for now. Thank you for watching. Please play around with that and hope you enjoy it. Take care, folks.